everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Everyone is looking very cute today. I hope you are all doing great, and I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas celebration and you all are enjoying your winter holidays. Yes? Some of you don't have winter holidays. Oh no. How many of you have winter holidays? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Great. Okay, so I hope everybody is taking care of themselves, everybody's staying safe, listening to your family members. Yes, and I hope that everybody is really excited for today's class because I'm super excited for today's class. But what class are we having today? I can't hear you. Louder. Yes, we're having English class with Miva ma'am. So my name is Miva and I'm going to be taking you through the English class today. We're going to be hearing a new story and we're going to be playing some fun games and quizzes related to the story as we learn, okay, and learn some new concepts related to English, okay? So are you excited for today's class? Can I hear a yes? Super. All right. And are some of your friends also joining us for today's class? Are you learning with your friends? If you're learning with your friends, give me a thumbs up. Super. Great. Awesome. Okay. So let's move on to the materials required for today's class. All I need is your 100% attention for you to sit and not get restless and tired. All right. And to pay attention to the story and see what's happening. Okay, that's all that I need from you for today's class. Also, I hope that everybody is making their submissions for their classes because it's really important to submit your homework, which is given to you, and your assignments, all right? And you have only 2 days to submit your assignments after each class is over, all right? So I'll be giving you an assignment today at the end of the class. So please stick around, don't drop off. And once you get the assignment, you have 2 days, just make your submissions, okay? So let's run you through the submission process, shall we? So that we understand how do you submit it and how do you ensure that it reaches Niva ma'am, okay? So I will be sharing my screen with you right now so that you'll be able to see it. All right, so the website is, as we already know, live.ulo.com. Can I hear everybody say it? live.ulo.com. Very good. To all the new students joining us, hi, welcome. If you're late, don't worry. We have just started with class and we were talking about the submission process. Okay. My name is Neva ma'am and I'm going to be teaching you English today. All right. Okay. So what is the procedure of submitting your assignment? All right. You'll be getting an assignment at the end of this session. So please stick around, don't drop off. And once you have your assignment, finish it. You have 2 days to complete it and upload it on our website, live.ulo.com. Super. So once you enter the website right here, you will get this page which opens up, which will show you all the different classes that you can enroll for in the coming week. Okay, and what time they're happening, what date they're happening, everything will show up. All right, but you have to scroll right to the bottom. Once you scroll to the bottom, you will see something called submit your activity. All right, so you click on submit your activity and then you will see all the classes that you have registered for. All right, so it's very important to register for the class in advance so that it shows up right here so that you can submit your activity. All right, once you click on submit your activity right here, you'll be able to see upload your image. Okay, there'll be another box which appears which says upload your image. So once you click on upload your image, you'll be able to see all the pictures from your gallery and you need to select the picture of your assignment. Okay, don't select any wrong picture. For that, you have something called a preview so that you'll be able to see what picture you're selecting. You select the correct picture and then click on submit. Once you click on submit, it gets uploaded and I'll be able to see it because I'll be checking the assignments myself. Okay, I'll be evaluating them. So you better be careful. All right. So how are you supposed to click the picture? You're supposed to click it in a horizontal or a landscape view All right, you can ask your family members to help you out with it. Ensure that the room is well lit. Okay, there's enough lighting. Ensure that there's a beautiful smile on your face, because I don't want to see sad faces while clicking the picture and when I'm correcting the assignment. And you can also upload the picture on social media, on our Facebook and Instagram, which is at the rate YOLO underscore app. Okay. So don't forget to tag us there at the rate YOLO underscore app, and use the hashtags hashtag YOLO app, hashtag YOLO learning. That way I'll be able to see your submissions as well. I'll be able to see your submissions on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll be able to put a smile on my face when I see them. All right. Okay. So once again, what is the website? It is live dot, I want to hear you say it. Come on. live.yulo.com. Can I hear everybody say it? live.yulo.com. Super. Okay. So now we'll dive right into the story. I want everybody to please settle down. Please no running around. Please sit down, calm yourselves down. Let's focus and let's start with the story. Okay, just giving you guys a minute to settle down. Till you don't sit down, I'm not going to start the story. So please sit down. I'm waiting for you all to settle down. Thank you very much. Okay, let's begin. Hmm. Alrighty. So let's understand what happened in the story together. Okay. So in the beginning, you can see that it's almost sunrise. Okay. It's early in the morning. Okay. Even though it looks like it's late in the night, it's early in the morning. As you can see right here, there's some fog right here, and we can see the man and the dog are ready to get onto the boat. The name of the dog is Joy. Okay. And both of them are ready to go fishing. The name of the story is Joy and Heron. Okay, we're going to be learning about what happens now. Now you can see that Joy is looking down into the water and he can see lots of fishes. Okay, so a group of fish is called a school of fish. All right, it is called a school of fish. You can see them all here. Hey, that's a beautiful dragonfly. And Joy is extremely merry whenever he sees a dragonfly. He's extremely merry, he's joyful, he's happy, having a great time. And there you can see that the man has put a worm on his hook, and he throws the hook into the lake, and they're ready to start fishing. All right. So Joy is super excited, but then he sees that somebody with really long legs and a beak has landed on the boat. Now, this bird is called a heron. All right. The name of this bird is a heron. As you can see, it has a very long neck, super long beak, and it has really long legs as well. It is white and gray and black in color, and has really big eyes too. Okay, so this fellow has landed at the edge of the boat. You can see Joy, as he's a very happy dog. He is smiling and looking at the heron. The heron seems to be looking at Joy with this very fixed expression. So Joy wonders what is happening. The heron starts moving closer and closer to the bucket of worms and slowly tilts his head picks up the worm, and flies off. Now, Joy knows what he needs to do as he's the protector of the worms. He starts barking and shouting, Master, look, 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 look at what's happening. But his master just asks him to keep quiet. He doesn't understand that Joy was trying to warn him, and he's trying to tell him the worms are being taken away and we won't have any worms left. Master just tells him keep quiet. And Joy is extremely sad. And that's not like Joy. Joy is a very happy dog, right? He's a beautiful white dog with a cute little black nose and yellow eyes, and he's a happy, happy dog. But now that his master asks him to keep quiet, he's really upset. So many times, even in our life, mommy, daddy, or any other family member tells us, okay, now shush, keep quiet. Don't you feel bad? You feel quite sad, don't you? That's exactly how Joy feels right now. He's really sad. Okay, before we move on to the story, let's quickly do a quiz to see how much of that you understood. So you'll have a link that will be in the chat box. You click on the link, enter your name, and click on start again. You'll have 5 questions which will show up on your screen. Each question has options. You can choose whichever option you think is correct. And then once you're done with the quiz, come back. I'll be waiting right here and we'll be discussing the answers together. All right. So go quickly to the chat box, click on the link, and then do the quiz. Okay, I see most of you are solving the quiz. Whenever you're done with the quiz, just give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're with me and that we can start discussing the answers, all right? Don't worry, just focus and you'll get all the answers, okay? If you're having trouble loading the quiz, just call out to a family member and they'll help you out with it. To anyone who's just joined in, we're doing the quiz right now. We watched the first part of the story and we're doing the quiz right now. There's a link that you'll see in the chat box. You have to click on the link and enter your name and click on start. And then you'll have the questions show up on your screen. You just have to select the correct option. And once you're done, come back here because we'll be discussing the answers. Okay, I see some of you are giving me a thumbs up. So I see you are done with the quiz. Yes? Give me a thumbs up if you are done with the quiz. Okay, super. So that was really quick. And let's quickly discuss the quiz and let's see how you guys did. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now and we will discuss the answers together. If you have any doubts, any questions, we'll be taking them up as well. So don't you worry. Why did the man and the dog get into the boat? To go to a restaurant, to go to the market, to go fishing. Of course, that's an easy one. It's to go fishing, isn't it? The heron is a bird with the following features: with short legs and a wide beak, with long legs and a narrow beak. What is the answer? With long legs and a narrow beak, of course, because it has long legs. You saw them, right, when he was sitting on the edge of the boat. Which time of the day do you think the man and dog go fishing? Late at night, before sunrise in the morning, or afternoon? Yes, before sunrise in the morning. Remember I told you in the beginning of the story it's sunrise? That's when they go fishing. Most aquatic birds live near water bodies. Identify the subject in the sentence. Live near water bodies or most aquatic birds. So what do you think is the most important part of the sentence? That is going to be the subject. Most important part. What are we talking about? Are we talking about aquatic birds, or are we talking about someone who lives near water bodies? Yes, we're talking about aquatic birds. Okay, so that is of prime importance, and that is the subject. Okay, so the subject of a sentence is always going to be something that is going to be the prime focus, something that is really important, something that needs your attention. Okay, so that is the subject, and it's usually going to be in the beginning of the sentence. Whereas the predicate of the sentence is something that is at the end of the sentence, that supports the subject, that adds more value to the subject. All right, so that is a subject and a predicate. All right, next up we have, sorry, what did I do? Yeah. The puppy was dashed to see the dragonflies and fishes. The puppy was overjoyed. He was super happy when he saw the dragonflies and the fishes. He just gets so excited with everything in life, you know. So that's how the dog Joy really is. So we've got 5 and 5, and I see that most of you also have got 5 and 5, which is excellent. Um, to whoever didn't get 5 and 5, no problem. You can try to get 5 and 5 in the next quiz. Okay, just pay attention to the story carefully. Listen to what I'm saying, and you will be just fine. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. We'll go back to the story now, and let's see what happens next. Alrighty, so let's see what's happening in the story right now. We see there was a lot of drama, a lot of action taking place in the story. Here you can see Joy is really upset with what has happened before because the bird had come the first time, okay? But the bird doesn't stop there. He comes a second time, he comes a third time. The bird just keeps coming. The heron keeps coming back to the bird because he wants to get the worms, all right? And the dog doesn't understand. Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? These worms belong to the man. There it is. The worm, the heron is looking at the dog with this expression of absolute intrigue. Wow, look at this little dog. Okay, and the dog is angry with him. How can you do this? And there, the heron goes back to the worm basket. The dog barks, but he has to be careful. Otherwise, the man is going to tell him to shh again. So he's very, very soft, he's very careful, and he doesn't want to make a loud noise. Okay, so he keeps a low profile. So what is a low profile? A low profile is to be quiet, to be soft, to keep a silent profile. Okay, so that not to make too much of noise. So he keeps a low profile right here so as to not disturb the man. Once again, the heron flies off with the worm, and the man doesn't even notice. Now the man gets really upset. He says, "Go, sit in the corner." The dog, well, he has no option but to follow the man. He's angry, he's upset, but this time he's not going to let the heron go. The heron is back. Once again, he comes back and he puts his long narrow beak into the worm basket, but this time the dog isn't letting him go without a fight. The dog pulls onto one end of the worm, the heron's got one end of the worm, and they pull. It's like a tuck fight. You know, we usually have that with our brothers and sisters. Pull, pull, pull. That's the fight that's taking place here. They go pull, pull, pulling on the worm, fight, 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 and poof! The worm falls right on the boat, and finally the man has seen the heron. He picks up the oar. Okay, what is the oar? The oar is what you can see in the hand of the man. It's this tool that you use so that you can move across the lake and move across any water body, actually the river. And it's something that you use in a boat. Okay, use it so that you can take the boat forward, basically move it forward. All right, that's an oar. It's spelled OAR. Okay, so you can see that he picks up the oar and then he uses it to hit the, not to hit really, but to drive the heron away. Okay, so that the heron goes away. Like, what are you doing on my boat? I can see you're here, you're being a naughty little heron, and the worms belong to me. So he takes the worm basket with him as well, and off they go. Okay, it's time for a quiz. So let's move on to the quiz. You'll have the link with you in the chat box. Click on the link and enter your name and click on start. And I'll be waiting for you right here. Once you're done with the quiz, let me know. Then we're going to be discussing it together, all right? Okay, you have 2 minutes to finish the quiz. Let me know once you're done with it. And then we'll discuss the answers together. Okay, I see that most of you are answering the quiz, and most of you are getting 100. That's amazing. Let's keep at it. I see some of you are getting power-ups as well. That's great. Let's focus on the quiz, finish it, and then we'll discuss the answers together, right? Whoever's finding difficulty loading the quiz, just call one of your family members and they'll help you load it, okay? You have the link in the chat box, click on it, and once you click on it, enter your name and click on start. Then you will see the questions display on the screen and you have to select the correct option, all right, whichever option applies. Okay, whoever's done with the quiz, give me a quick thumbs up. I can see a few thumbs ups going up, but I need some more to go up. So once you're done with the quiz, let me know so that we can discuss it, okay? The quiz is pretty simple, isn't it, this time around? Okay, let me know whenever you're done. Okay, I can see some more thumbs going up. Great. Let's keep at it. Let's keep going. Awesome. I can see everyone's doing an amazing job on the quizzes. Super. Okay, let's head now and discuss the quiz together and understand how we did. What did the heron come back to take? Worm, chips, ant. The heron came back to take the worm, exactly. Super. How many times did the heron come to take the food from the bucket? Never, once, or more than once? Of course, it was more than once. He came 3 times, didn't he? So it was more than once because he really needed the worm. We're going to find out why. What did the man use to chase away the heron? An oar, a flower, a bucket? He used an oar. Yes, that's the tool that we use on the board to move the boat ahead, right? Yay, immunity! We got an awesome power up! The dog and the heron pull the worm in opposite directions, converted into present continuous tense. Okay, so let's see which the correct answer could be. First, I'm going to read the options. Dog and heron will pull the worm in the opposite direction. Dog and the heron are pulling the worm in the opposite direction. So what is the answer? The correct answer would be the dog and heron are pulling the worm in the opposite direction. Exactly. Because will pull is future tense and are pulling is present continuous tense. And we're asking you to say it in the present continuous tense, something that's happening right now in the present. Okay. What is the term for avoiding or not attracting much attention? Remember, I brought this word up in the story? What was it? Was it loud or is it the opposite of loud? It is low profile. Exactly. Okay, great, you kids. So most of us have got 100%, like you can see on the screen, 100%. And now we're going to go back to our story and see what happens next with Joy and Heron. Okay, I hope you are super ready and super excited to find out what happened next. Because now we have a quick twist to see why exactly did this bird need the worms in the first place. Okay, kept coming to the boat, kept taking the birds. Birds kept taking the worms and going back to the nest, right? Wow, you can see a flock of birds here. What is a flock of birds? It's a group of birds, all right? So you can see a flock of birds here and you can see that she's a mummy. Interesting. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so we saw what happened right here. It was quite interesting to see that the bird, the heron, was actually a mama. Okay, as you can see here, it's a mama. And the heron tries to give the baby birds, the baby herons, some fish. But they're just like, no, no, mommy, gee, we don't want it. So how many times have we done this to our own mothers? Right? We do this so many times. Whenever mommy brings us something, some food that we don't like, we just say, no, mommy, we don't like this, right? So many of us do it all the time. And just like that, we have the baby herons also saying, nah, mommy, I don't want this food. And well, Joy feels sad about it, but he gets an idea. He thinks that he can do something for the heron. And so he goes and gets all the worms from the worm basket and puts them at the edge of the boat for the heron to take for her little baby herons. And the heron comes, picks up the worms, and gives it to the baby herons. The baby herons love the worms. They want the worms, and they're so excited. And Joy is really happy to see them eating and feeling good. Okay? He feels happy, but he's also a little sad. You know why? Because now he's not going to have any fish to take for his master, and because the worms are over, the worms are given off to the little babies right here, as you could see that the worms were given to the baby herons, right? So now poor little man does not have any worms to get some more fish, right? Because he needs some worms to put on the hook and he doesn't have it. So now what's going to happen is that they're going to go hungry and they're not going to have any food. So that's a really sad thing. And that makes Joy also very sad. You can see how his expression gets really upset and he's quite sad. He's sighing. Okay. Now we'll go on to a quiz and see how much of that you understood. So click on the link in the chat box, enter your name and click on start. I'll be waiting for you until you finish it and then we'll discuss the quiz together. All right? Okay, I think most of you are done with it. Yes? No, okay, some of you are still at it. If you're done with the quiz, just give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're done with it. And then I can take a head count and then we can move on to discussing the quiz, all right? Okay, I see quite a few thumbs going up, so I see that you're done with the quiz. All right. Whenever you're done with the quiz, just give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're done with the quiz and I know that we can move on to discussing it together, all right? I can also see that most of you are getting 100. Lovely. This must be such a piece of cake for you, right? Amazing, you guys. Just giving you 30 seconds more and then we'll move on to discussing the answers, all right? Okay, I think we can move on to discussing the answers now. So I will share my screen with you and let's start discussing the quiz. Okay. Where did the heron fly back to? To its seed to hunt for more fishes? To its nest where its young ones were present? Yes, to its nest where its young ones were present. It has to be this option because you saw that in the story, right? What did the baby heron like to eat? Rice, worm, fish. The baby heron, the tiny ones that were in the nest, what did they like to eat? They like to eat fish? No, the answer is worm, exactly. Because when the mommy gave them some fish, they were just like, no, mommy, we don't want it. We just want worms. Okay. Why did the dog give some worms to the heron? Because he felt compassion for the heron and its hungry babies. Because he wanted money in return. You think dogs want money? Really? Yeah. It is because he felt compassion for the heron. Yes. What does compassion mean? Compassion is that he felt really, he could understand what he was going through and he felt really happy to want to help this heron. All right. What is a group of birds called? Is it a herd, a school, or a flock? What is a group of birds called? I said this word in the story. I know some of you know it. It is a flock. Excellent. The group of birds is called a flock. Back twice the points for one question. Super. I love this power up because it's going to give me double the points. The heron dashed its young ones. Choose the right option. Most of you got this one correct. It is fed its young ones because it's happening in the past tense. So that's why we use the fed option and we don't use food because that's not a verb, right? So perfect. All right, 100% to this quiz as well. Super awesome, you guys. Great. Let's move on to our story now and see what's happening next. In case you thought the story was over, it's not. There's still a few minutes left till we wind up the story and we move on to understanding the assignment, which you need to submit before the next class. All right. So I am going to share my screen with you once again. We're going to move on to the story. So you saw what happened? What happened here was that it was quite a surprise, to be honest. Joy was sitting there. Unlike Joy, he was quite sad actually because he had given away all the worms and then something hit his head. Do you see what hit his head? It was a fish. Okay, now where did the fish come from the sky? The fish is always in the water. How did it fall from the sky? So he looks behind to see that the heron has got this entire school of fish for him from the from the lake. He just picked it up and he got it for the man and the dog. And the man is surprised. Look at his face. He was so shocked and surprised. And he smiles at the heron and he's so grateful. Okay. What does grateful mean? He wants to give thanks to the heron. He is very thankful for the heron's action of actually going and getting the fish. And the heron smiles back and throws all the fish into the boat and flies off. So he's been such a good friend. And the man is extremely surprised at first, but he's also happy. And so he pats the head of his dog. And Joy is merry and happy and having a joyful time chasing away the dragonfly. He is overjoyed, right? As you can see. So I want to tell you the moral of the story. I know most of you already know it, but I'm going to tell you the moral of the story after we solve the last quiz. Okay, so click on the link in the chat box that you can see. And once you've clicked on it, you can enter your name and click on start game. And then it will show up on your screen. You'll see the questions and you'll see all the options. You can start solving it. Okay, I'll be waiting for you right here. Once you're done, we can come back and discuss the quiz together. Okay. Okay, I can see that most of you are done. Give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you are done finishing the quiz. Okay, awesome. Give me a thumbs up if you finished the quiz. Shall we move on to discussing it now? Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's move on to discuss the quiz. All right. What did the heron bring to the dog? Flowers, fish, or rice? What did he bring to the dog, the heron? That was an easy one, right? It was fish. Okay. What did the man do after seeing the fish? He threw them back into the water or patted the dog's head to show his happiness? Of course, yeah, he patted the dog's head, of course. The other one doesn't make sense, right? He just threw the fish back into the water from where he came? No. Okay. Which of the following is not a golden word? Bye, sorry, please, thank you. You must have studied this in value add class. So you have four golden words, and they are please, thank you, excuse me, and sorry, right? So the one that doesn't match it is bye, correct? So that is not a golden word. Okay, so we have freeze the timer and get full points. Time freeze. Cool. The dash little dog play with the dragonfly. The angry little dog, the merry little dog, sad little dog, or grumpy little dog. Which one would it be? It has to be. Which one could it be? Which one? Which one? Which one? Merry, of course. He's such a happy little dog. And another word for happy and joyful is merry. Okay, so I'm going to use a power up now. It's called time freeze. I'm going to activate it. Okay, so now my time is frozen and I can take my time to get the answer right. Okay, which of the following means a quality of being thankful? Remember, I brought this up while explaining the story to you. Is it ignorance? Is it laziness? Is it gratitude? Or is it arrogance? What is the answer? I see some of you saying it. It is gratitude. Perfect. Super. And we're all done with the quiz. We have got 100%. Did all of you also get 100%? Give me a thumbs up if you got 100%. Great, I can see so many thumbs up. This was a really simple one, wasn't it? Awesome. So now we'll move on to understanding what was the moral of the story. Okay, the moral of the story was a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? So what does that mean? Okay, all of us obviously have heard that quote. When we were in school, we wrote that on our boards. Okay, some of us have seen it in our diaries. Some of us have seen it written in our notebooks. It's been everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean? So you saw how the heron wanted some worms to feed the baby herons, right? But the dog at first didn't understand. But once he understood, he was actually a really good friend, and he decided to give the worms to the heron without even thinking of what's going to happen to himself and the man and their family. What's going to happen, right? He didn't even think about it. He just decided to be a really good friend to the heron and give away the worms. But in return, because he decided to give without thinking, okay, he didn't think about, oh my god, what's gonna happen, none of that. He was just so focused on helping his friend the heron. Somehow whatever he gave just came back to him in return. Okay, not the exact same thing obviously, but what he wanted came back to him in return. So his master, the man, really wanted fish because he had to go back home and feed his family and he'd come there fishing. But he didn't have that at that time. He was trying really hard to fish, but he wasn't getting anything. But when the dog gave the heron the worms, he got the fish in return from the heron. So that's why the moral of the story is a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? Because he helped his friend the heron when he was in need. Okay, he was a really good friend. And somehow when he gave something without even thinking about himself, he selflessly gave it away. He got it back in return. He received something even bigger in return. He got even more fishes in return. He got something that he really needed at that time in return. So always remember, when you give something selflessly, you will get it back. Okay? Somehow, in some way, you will get it back. It might not be the same thing, all right? But it'll be something that you need at that moment. And that's just how the world works, okay? In whatever you do, be it school, be it at home, be it with your friends, whatever you do, just give selflessly and you're going to get something in return, something that you need at that perfect time. It's going to come back. And trust me, you're going to remember these words all of your life, all right? Cool. So that was the moral of the story. And now we're going to head to the assignment which you need to do and submit to me in 2 days. All right, you have 2 days to submit the assignment, and please submit it on time so that I'm able to check it and share it with you once again, and let you know how you did. Okay, I'll be checking them myself, evaluating them, and telling you how you did. So you can see my screen, you can see the assignment for the week. You need to write your name, class, school name, and your date. And you can answer the following questions in 4 crisp sentences. Okay. At what time of the day is the story taking place? That's the first question. What does the dog give the bird? The heron. What does the heron give the dog? And what are the man and the dog doing? Okay, why did they step there in the first place, wherever they are, right? Okay, cool. So this is your assignment. You need to write it on a sheet of paper. Click a picture of yourself holding the assignment so that I can see it, please. I need to read it as well. And then you can upload it on the site live.yulo.com. Okay, what is the site again? Can anybody tell me? Everybody, I want to hear everyone saying it. live.yulo.com. All right, so let's understand the submission process. You will show up at live.yulo.com, scroll right at the bottom of the page. Okay, you'll see all of these classes on top, but you have to scroll to the bottom and click on submit your activity. Once you click on submit your activity, you'll be able to see all the different classes that you've registered for. Okay, it'll be all the classes you've registered for in the week, but you need to choose English class with Niva ma'am, all right, because I'm the one giving the class and we're studying English today. So you need to select that and click on submit your activity. Click on the blue button. Once you've done that, you will get a white box which shows up and which has the button upload image. You click upload image and it will take you to the gallery and you'll be able to see all the pictures of your gallery. But you need to select the picture which applies, okay, for your English class. So select the homework assignment that you've done. Select the one which applies. You'll be able to see a preview, no problem. Select the correct one and then click on submit. Once you click on submit, the picture will get uploaded and I'll be able to see it and check it on my end. Okay. Be careful. Whoever's clicking the picture for you, tell them that it needs to be clicked horizontally in a landscape view so that we're able to see it this way in a rectangle. Okay. And ensure that it's in a well lit surrounding so that there's enough lighting and I'm able to see what is written on the page. Okay. Also give me a cute little smile when you're clicking the picture so that I have a great time looking at your smiling face. Additionally, you can also click the picture and upload it on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Don't forget to tag @YULO_app and hashtag YULO app, hashtag YULO learning. Okay, you can put it up on Facebook and Instagram so that I can also see your amazing pictures and your amazing work, and everybody else can also see what a good time you're having learning with YULO every single day. All right. Don't forget the website for submitting is live.yulo.com. All right. Can I hear everybody say it with me, please? live.yulo.com. Super. All right. You kids are super talented, and I had an amazing time teaching you today. The new year is almost here, and I can't wait to meet you guys again next year in 2021 of January. So I hope everybody's ready to learn something new in the next class. But before that, don't forget to submit your assignments. You have 2 days to submit your assignments. Submit them on time, submit them before the deadline so that I can check them, and I'll be waiting to teach you the next story. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's class as much as I enjoyed teaching you. Thank you. Goodbye.